Renee here, and I'm here with Wes from FMX. Hello, Wes.
Hello, I'm also her dad.
Yeah, he's also my dad, which is why I brought him in, because I want to talk about different extra senses. Did you know that you have more than 5 senses? And some of those are called synesthesia, and a lot of people have the more common forms of synesthesia. It's not all smelling colors like you may have heard of before. There are musicians that can actually see colors when they play music and things like that. But we both have different, more milder forms of this phenomena, and I thought it'd be interesting to talk about. So you have misophonia?
Well, yeah, I don't understand all the technical gobbledygook that she is spouting right now. I'm going to tell you for reals here. I had a severe bout of depression, and when you get depression, you get associated things. I got OCD, I became a pack rat, I would have violent mood swings, and one of the things that came with that was also I can't stand to hear people chew and crunch. And it's actually, like wet mouth sounds really don't bother me that much, but when I hear people, it drives me into a rage. And I will tell people right now, I want to pause right here, that I got treated. I no longer have to take or do anything, but that is the one thing that stuck around. I cannot hear people crunch without going into a rage. And it's even when I say it out loud, it sounds so stupid, but it's a real thing.
It's also incredibly common. A lot of people have misophonia, and it's a real brain pathway issue, which makes sense with what he was saying, because those types of chemical imbalances can rewire your brain and cause you to have these associations that are very real. They're biologically real, and that's the reason he feels that way. Now, lucky for me, I have the opposite, ASMR, Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response. Yeah, fancy. Which means that certain sounds, certain sights, and things like that cause me to get a chill down the back of my neck, and I feel relaxed and at ease. There's certain songs we're playing on Kiss right now where you can hear the breaths in the song, and it's like butter. I just love it. That's the best way I can describe the feeling. It's like butter. And it's really quite nice. And it makes sense because we're genetically related, that we would have the similar but kind of opposite response to those things.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
Do you have any visual cues that send you to a rage? Things like, does watching somebody chew bother you?
No. And it's really, really weird, because there are a bazillion sounds in the world. And this is the only one that really sends me into a slow boil, into a rage. I mean, no other sound at all, except for the sound of people loudly chewing, like somebody's in the theater and they're chewing on their ice, or even sitting next to somebody and they're eating chips. I can tell you if somebody is eating 50 feet away and 3 rows up in the theater, and it makes me crazy.
Yeah, and I also have another response if I see somebody get hurt, like especially somebody I care about. Like if he were to stub his toe right now, I'd get that same down the spine, except it'll hurt. So it's kind of interesting and weird. And my best friend has ordinal linguistic personification, which is a really fun version of synesthesia that is way more common than you think. Turns out if you've always seen numbers with certain colors, certain personalities, certain relationships to each other, that's an actual brain thing. That's not you just have a crazy wild imagination. You have a form of synesthesia. But if you're interested, if you think you might have synesthesia, you should look it up. And if you have ASMR, there's tons of forums where you can find videos where people purposefully try to trigger that ASMR response.
Well, hey, I want to say one thing. Lots of times when you have these things, you think you're just weird, or you think that you're not tough enough to deal with them and stuff. Deal with them. I dealt with them. I got over it. I don't have those problems anymore, or most of them. So go seek some help, because you may have a real condition, and I want you to know that, and we're here for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, you never know. It could be a creative force in your life, and an interesting force in your life, and a tool that you can use that other people just don't have. How to make stop.
Hit record again.
Oh.